I have no hot water and I haven't showered in 3 days. So yeah, that's worthwhile information for this channel. And Guerilla are a post-punk, punk rock, art rock band. I'm just throwing on random labels here. They are from Boston and they have been kicking around for quite some time. Twisted Crystal is like very far into their discography by now, and they haven't really been kicking around for that long actually. I think they're just quite prolific with their releases, and they've had some really solid EPs. Their album from last year was super solid as well, had some of their best songs to date, and Twisted Crystal is sort of a continuation of that sound. However, to me, this time around, it feels a bit more cartoonish than the album from last year. The hits aren't quite there. I mean, I remember the first couple of tracks on the album being absolute stellar pop rock tracks that stuck with me for ages. However, on this new release, not much is sticking with me, to be honest. I can't help but feel like comparing this album to like bands from the 80s that already did this sound, which feels like a bit of a cop-out, but the influence just can't be shaken off. I mean, the Devo influence on this album is incredibly sharp, to be honest. The Talking Heads feel to the whole thing is completely like dripping in the sound. And the biggest one I can say is Tom Tom Club. I mean, I really like the Tom Tom Club's first album, and whenever I'm listening to this, I just can't help but feel that's what I'm getting with the vocals and with the music too. It can be quite no wave influenced at times. I mean, the structure of these tracks sort of feels in the moment and just kind of like improvised and not really as fluid as it possibly could have been, I think, which is cool. If that's what they're going for, that's totally up, you know, that's totally fine. But for me, I would have preferred more melody in the mix. I would have preferred the vocals to be less stiff. They're okay, but like again, I just don't feel like anything is grabbing me with the way that they're presented on this album. So yeah, I mean, there are plenty of things about this album that are really good, that are really strong, but overall, the components to this release just aren't really hitting me in a way that I would have liked them to. It's just too rigid for me, man. It's like a dance album that hasn't got all the elements there to make anyone dance. Like, it just forgot to incorporate the dance motifs that should be there. It feels like something just is gone wrong or something. I mean, sure, it's not terrible. I'm not saying that everything here is not worth your time. Just most of the time it feels quite beige to me. Drowning in their influences, nothing prominent sticking out in any particular kind of way, and a vocalist that sounds way too similar to what we've already heard from the Slits in 1979. Seriously, go listen to Cut by the Slits if you've never heard it. I feel like this album is taking a lot of inspiration from that type of sound, but it's not bad overall, I don't think. Guerilla are a good band. I do like the style that they're going for. It's actually kind of cool listening to this kind of music in 2018, I must say. But it's just one of those things where, like, you know, I've kind of heard it before and heard it done better. I'm gonna go 5.5 out of 10. Hopefully by the next video, I will have showered and you guys will have a fresh music reviewer. Subscribe to the channel for more reviews. Have a good day. Let me know what you think of this release. Subscribe, comment. Bye. Bye.